Live on TWAN with Bob Krause and Chad Stedman.
3, 2, 1.
I do this every show before I warm up. It's more creamer on this,
I could
use some of that as well.
and also sugar, low fat.
We're on
Low
air.
fat. I'm Chet Stedman,
I'm Bob Krause.
and this
this
is the
is
5 o'clock.
And this is the 5 o'clock news. Welcome, Los Angeles.
Welcome.
How you doing, Chad?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, Bob. How are you doing?
Of course, Bob.
Now let's get into some news. A local hometown hero finds a baby in the trash. That seems to be like a smelly situation, Bob.
Well, that doesn't seem up to any good.
Well, thanks for bringing that up, Bob.
Yeah, Chad, no problem.
Well, thanks for asking, Bob.
Of course, Chad. Anytime.
Well, I'll take it anytime. From you, Bob.
On some other news, politicians in this country right now are fist fighting at the moment, actually. Let me correct myself.
Oh, well, thanks for correcting yourself, Bob. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Chad, well, that's no problem. I like to correct myself all the time, Chad.
Well, Bob, it's appreciated. It's definitely appreciated on my end, Bob.
Well, Chad, I appreciate you appreciating me.
Well, Bob, I mean, to say the least, I'll say the most.
Well, Chad, for you to say the least, I guess I'll say the least as well. Well, in some other news, there is a new country... Sorry, excuse me.
We need
Bob, why don't you take... I'm Bob. Chad, why don't you take it over?
For sure, Bob. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome, Chad.
Well, I'm most certainly thankful.
Shall we cut to the news? Shall we cut to the weather?
Well, that's a great idea, Bob.
Yeah, Chad, well, I came up with it all by myself.
Well, it seems like it was an improvisational moment, Bob.
Well, Chad, that's debatable.
Well, it's not debatable if we're arguing about it.
Well, Chad, should we cut to the weather?
I think that's a great idea, Bob.
Bill, take us away.
Goal! That's right, Real Madrid against Barcelona coming up with a win. It's 3-2 right now, top of the 90th minute. Back to you, boys.
Okay, well, Chad, I actually heard quite something funny this morning. Airplane stock went down today.
It went up. The stock went up.
Correct me if I was wrong, but I was.
did correct him because he was wrong.
Well, it went up.
Yeah, in other news, I have not checked my mail at home, and I'm sure I have a few packages outside. That's,
Well, Chad, you should probably go open them when you get back.
Well, Bob, thanks for delivering that advice.
Well, Chad, I cannot do anything better than that.
Well, Bob, I couldn't imagine you doing too many better things to me than that.
Well, Chad, earlier I heard about that oranges are at an all-time low.
That's a great point, Bob.
Also, tomatoes are at a low price, and you can get them in the store.
That's great, Bob. How about whether you say tomatoes or tomatoes, they'll be the same, right? Same price, of course.
Well, that is a very great philosophy, I would say. Let's
The wage is minimum wage has been minimum for as long as I've known.
Well, also earlier, I found out that a regular neighborhood this morning, a lady crossed the street and almost got hit.
Wow, that is exciting, and that is a blessing in disguise, Bob.
A blessing in disguise as well to you, Chad.
And I.
Well, Chad, that seems to me like a whole lot of new Harry Potter movies coming our way.
Well, Bob, I'm quite sure they discontinued that series about 4 years ago. But that's not to say the least, but it's also to say the most.
Well, Chad, if I can only say the most, I would say we're running out of water.
That is correct, and it's something we're not going to be able to refill.
Also, space is big.
And it is okay.
Yeah. Chad, take it away.
I'll take it away and I'll bring it. I'll take it away where I won't go is space, huh? Because it's big and we don't know what's up there, huh?
Well, it's a very unknown area, Chad.
Well, Bob, thanks for pointing that out. I think what we also didn't point out was that it's there. So thanks for bringing that up, Bob.
Well, Chad, as we have nothing else to say about space, I would say let's cut to the sports section with Bill.
Well, looks like we could use the space. Back to you, Bill.
Very clever, Bob.
Thanks.
Chad.
Ha! That's right, I've never seen anything quite like this record-breaking heat wave hitting the United States. It is California versus Florida right now. 85 in the morning. It's gonna come up to about 120 by 2 p.m. But over here in the Northwest, geez, I've never seen anything like this. Moral of the story, it's hot. Back to you, boys.
Very tempting.
Should I talk about my wife? I'll talk about my wife.
Okay, talk about your wife.
And we're back.
Welcome back to Los Angeles with Bob Krause.
It's Crossman, and I'm Chet Stedman, and my wife has been a father figure in my life.
Well, it seems like I don't really quite understand my own last name. My family has a very long tree.
Well, something we also don't understand, Bob, is neuroscience. In latest developments, we found that the baby brain is equivalent to a squirrel's brain.
Well, Chad, that is quite ironic because I see a lot of them in the park on Sundays. Well, Chad, I am pretty sure that you have something else we could talk about.
Well, Bob, yeah, that's a correct assumption, because I do.
Wow, well, Chad, that is great. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, well, Bob, thanks for asking. I think I am thinking what I am.
Well, Chad, in some other news, I lost my watch earlier.
Well, Bob, hopefully you have some time later on today to find it.
Back to you, Bill. At the park.
Ha! That's right, there's a burning house back there, ladies and gentlemen. A couple five firefighters against the it's looking pretty bad, I tell you what. But they're doing a pretty good job of defending it. I tell you what, the water is coming in. It's gonna fight the fire. It's about the top of the 3 minutes in right now. We're gonna see how this pans out. They're really gonna need to put some water on the board if they're gonna want to take this one home, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, back to you boys at the station.
Is the what do you call it?
Teleprompter.
Is the teleprompter working again? Can we fix it, please? We're out of things. I have nothing.
I have nothing else.
I might as well throw this out. I have
sheets of paper.
It's literally blank. Nothing. It's working? Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, in other news, it seems that effective immediately, Chet Stedman and Bob Crossman are fired from...
Well, Chad, that's quite ironic because those are our names and it must be a mix-up.
Quite the coincidence, Bob.
Well, Chad, it's just that you said it.
It's not a coincidence. You are fired.
Pick up your papers and leave the desk.
You'll never work in this town again.
Or any town. I feel like we have a technical issue going on with the teleprompter. Something is off.
Well, Bob, don't turn your TVs off because we've got a lot of... Get out now.
Well, Chad, let's definitely... The teleprompter been acting up all funny all day. Let's continue with our daily news.
The news is daily and... Security is on its way to escort you out of the premises.
Well, on my paper...
Well, that's quite unfortunate.
Hey! I work here!
Well, I work here! Guess he won't be in the sequel. Hey, excuse me.
Channel 5! Sir! This is Bob!
Sir!
Crossman!
Come with me, sir!
Chet Stedman Stedman, and I am Chet Stedman.
We're running.
Chet Stedman.
We're running out
I
of
am
water.
Chet Stedman.
Chad, stay behind me. I got you, Chad.
Come with
Back.
me now. You've been
Back.
terminated.
Listen,
Gentlemen,
I am
calm
Bob
down.
Crossman.
I don't care who you are.
I'm
You're
Chet
leaving
Stedman.
now.
I'm Bob Crossman.
Come with me.
Leave.
Don't make me pull this. Don't make me do this.
You're not gonna shoot.
I'm gonna get the paper in his eyes.
Ah! That was a great one, Chad.
Well, thanks, Bob, for appreciating it.
Stay away. I am Bob Crossman. And I'm.
Come on. No. I'm Chet Stedman. I'm
I
Chet
am
Stedman.
Bob
I'm
Crossman.
Chet Stedman.
I have a lawyer. I have a lawyer.
And this is the 5 o'clock news. And this is the 5 o'clock news.
I guess why can I not?
And this
This
is
is
the
Channel
5
5
o'clock news.
No, I can't say that.